This is the first video that I'm making in a series that I hope can be fun, called Tales of the Worship Pastor. A few years ago when I was in college, I was eager to take any opportunity to lead worship, anywhere, D-Nows, churches, whatever. I'd still be like that today, but having a job, I can't do that as much. But I had a friend who was a worship pastor, and he was going to be out of town for a weekend, so he asked me if I'd want to come and lead for him while he was gone. Of course, I say yes. I love going to new places and leading with new people. Anyway, he says, okay, here's the number of the family you're going to be at for the host home. I call her and she's giving me very, very, very detailed instructions. What the road looks like, what the mailbox looks like, what the trees look like, what the driveway looks like, the windows, the door. And I'm thinking, I got Google Maps, I'll be fine. She must have known that Google Maps doesn't do very well where she lives. That day comes, I'm driving down, I've got my '89 Suburban, it's a big old thing, and I pull up to what I think the house is. And this driveway is steep, so steep that I am afraid to drive my massive tank of an '89 Suburban down. So I just park on the road, I get my stuff, I got my guitar, my duffel bag, I got a ton of stuff. When I walk down this big old driveway, they said they weren't going to be home, so they leave the door unlocked. And sure enough, door was unlocked. I step in. She said that the stairs would be right next to the door. I went down the stairs. She said that the bedroom would be on the right, so I take a right. So I start unloading my stuff. I've got my laptop out and I'm getting ready for the next morning. She told me that her and her husband would be gone and that they'd be arriving later. So eventually I hear some footsteps. And I go, "Hello!" And then the footsteps stopped. And all I hear back is, "Who's down there?" And that was the first moment of the night that I thought I might be in the wrong house. Anyway, I start walking back up the stairs and look around the ledge. And sure enough, I see two old people, baffled that there is someone in their basement. And they're looking down the balcony just in disbelief. Now I felt pretty sure that I was in the wrong home. And I say, "You're not the people I'm supposed to be staying with, are you?" And they go, "No." Those people were taking it very well. I thought things were going to go pretty smoothly. I was just going to get my things and go. But then they go, "Well, I'm going to go get the owner real quick." And I'm like, then this big old guy comes out. He's a thick, scary looking man. And nothing but his tighty-whities. And he looked as mad as a person can look. And he starts screaming at me, yelling every profanity he can think of. And I'm just down the stairs looking up in complete disbelief. I try and tell him what's going on, but he would not listen. He's just yelling at me, "Go get your stuff! Go get your freaking stuff!" But he's using words that are a little less family friendly. So I go get my stuff. He's yelling at me the whole time. He hasn't come downstairs, but he's just screaming. So at this point, I've got my guitar, I've got my bags, I've got all my stuff, and I'm coming back up the stairs. I'm thinking that now that I have my stuff, he might understand, like, oh yeah, this guy's got a guitar and stuff. He clearly is telling the truth about being a worship leader. As I walk up the stairs, I see him standing right at the top of the stairs. And as I get closer, he is not moving. He's just looking down on me. His face is as red as any face. So I'm standing on like the last step, and he's still standing right there. And I'm getting a little nervous, because he looks like he wants to murder me. And I step up to the top of the stairs. He steps back and lets me up, his face red with sweat. I guess he couldn't help himself, but he punches me right in the chest right there. It wasn't a big old punch, but it was scary that he came at me. I've kept my cool this whole time. I just go, "Sir, I'm leaving. I'm gone." And then I leave. It turns out I went to the wrong house. I went to my host's next door neighbor. So I just walked around and got to the right house. And royally freaked out for the rest of the night. But I had a good story for church in the morning. I told people in Sunday school and they had a good time. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. If you like this video, leave a comment, let me know. Still new to this whole thing, but if you have any tips or suggestions, leave them in the comments, let me know.